Some songs aren't just songs, they're promises. A promise dreams come true, a promise that love will find its way, a promise that you're braver than you believe. Here's a quick note for our community before we get started. This video is designed to be calm and comfortable for everyone. No flashing lights, no sudden loud sounds, no rapid cuts, you're safe here. Today we're going on a musical journey and we're going to put your Disney ears to the test. I'm going to play a lyric of a beloved Disney song, and your challenge is to finish it before timer runs out. Some will be easy, and some will make you think, and just one might surprise you. Round 1, starting things off with the classics. These are the songs that started it all, the ones that played in theaters before we had phones to look up the lyrics. Let's see how well you remember them. When You Wish Upon a Star. Makes no difference who you are. This is often called the very first Disney song to ever win an Academy Award, and that's true. It plays at the end of Pinocchio and has been the official theme of Walt Disney Pictures ever since. A dream is a wish your heart makes. When you're fast asleep. Cinderella, 1950. This song plays while Cinderella wakes up and starts her day. It reminds us that even in the hardest moments, hope is never far away. Someday, my prince will come. Someday, we'll meet again. Snow White, 1937. The very first Disney princess song ever recorded, and it still holds up. Hi ho, hi ho. It's home from work we go. Or, it's off to work we go. Both versions exist in different parts of the film. Snow White, 1937. One of the most recognizable melodies in movie history, and not a single word of dialogue in the entire sequence. Whistle while you work. Put on that grin and start right in to whistle hard and long. Snow White, 1937. Snow White turns cleaning into a celebration, the original queen of making the best of things. Salagoo Mickalaboo. Bibbidi Boppity Boo. Cinderella, 1950. The fairy godmother's spell, and yes, it is really spelled exactly like that in the official lyrics. Look for the bare necessities. The simple bare necessities. The Jungle Book, 1967. Baloo's philosophy of life in one song. Phil Harris improvised much of his performance that the animators had to adjust the character to match his delivery. I want to be like you. I want to walk like you, talk like you too. The Jungle Book, 1967. King Louie's jazzy number. Louis Prima recorded this with so much energy that the animators timed the animation to his performance instead of the other way around. If she doesn't scare you. No evil thing will. 101 Dalmatians, 1961. Cruella de Vil's theme. The song was written by Mel Levin and performed by Bill Lee, and it's one of the only Disney villain songs that's sung about the villain, but not by the villain. I know you. I walked with you once upon a dream. I know you. That look in your eyes is so familiar, a gleam. Sleeping Beauty, 1959. This melody was adapted by Tchaikovsky's ballet. Disney took a classical masterpiece and turned it into one of the most romantic songs in animation history. In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. Mary Poppins, 1964. A spoonful of sugar, and Julie Andrews made it look effortless. The story goes that Sherman Brothers were inspired by when one of them came home and his son told him he'd gotten a vaccine at school, and the nurse made it with a fun game. A spoonful of sugar indeed. Chim chimney, chim chimney. Chim Cheree. Mary Poppins, 1964. This won an Academy Award for Best Original Song. The word Chim Cheree was originally a nonsense word that the Sherman Brothers made up, and now it's in dictionaries. Round 2, The Renaissance. From 1989 to 1999, Disney animation had a rebirth, and the music, unforgettable. These songs defined a generation. Let's see if they defined you, too. Under the Sea. Darling, it's better, down where it's wetter. Take it from me. The Little Mermaid, 1989. Sebastian tried to convince Ariel to stay, and honestly, he had a point. This won the Academy Award for Best Original Song. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? The Little Mermaid, 1989. Part of Your World, the song that was almost cut from the film. Jeffrey Katzenberg wanted it removed because he thought the movie was too long. Howard Ashman fought for it, and good thing he won. Be our guest, be our guest. Put our service to the test. Beauty and the Beast, Lumiere's show-stopping number, and the first animated film ever nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards. It didn't win Best Picture, but it won Best Original Song and Best Original Score. Tao as old as time. True as it can be. Beauty and the Beast, 1991, the title track. Angela Lansbury recorded this in one take. One. She said she thought of what the song meant and let it flow. That's the kind of magic you can't plan. I can show you the world. Shining, shimmering, splendid. Aladdin, 1992, A Whole New World. The first Disney song to ever win the Grammy for Song of the Year. Not Best Song for a Motion Picture, Song of the Year. Against every other song in every genre. That's how powerful it is. You ain't never had a friend like me. No, no, no. You ain't never had a friend like me. Aladdin, 1992. Robin Williams improvised so much during recording that the studio had over 16 hours of material. They couldn't use it all, but what they did use changed animated comedy forever. Can you feel the love tonight? You needn't look too far. The Lion King, 1994. Most people sing It's Where We Are, but that's the next line. The actual line after Can You Feel the Love Tonight is You Needn't Look Too Far. Elton John's version and the film version even switched the order, so don't feel bad if you got this one wrong. Or maybe give yourself half credit. Akuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. The Lion King, 1994. Hakuna Matata means no worries in Swahili, and this song was originally written for Timon and Pumbaa as a much sillier, more comedic number. It evolved into something that carries real emotional weight, especially since it follows Mufasa's death. From the day we arrive on this planet, and blinking, stepping into the sun. The Lion King, 1994, Circle of Life. The opening, the Zulu chant at the beginning. It translates roughly to There comes a lion. Oh, yes, it's a lion. The animator studied real African landscapes and wildlife for months to get the opening sequence right. You think the only people who are people are the people who look and think like you. Pocahontas, 1995, Colors of the Wind. This won the Academy Award for Best Original Song and the Grammy. The lyric carries one of the most powerful messages in any Disney song, and is just as relevant today as it was in 1995. I will find my way. I Can Go the Distance. Hercules, 1997. Go the Distance. Michael Bolton recorded the pop version, and Roger Bart sang it in the film. It's a song about purpose, about knowing you're meant for something bigger, even when you don't know what it is yet. Who is that girl I see? Staring straight back at me. Mulan, 1998. Reflection. A song about identity. Leah Salonga recorded this for the film, and Christina Aguilera recorded the pop version. That pop version was actually Christina's debut single. Disney launched one of the biggest voices in music with a song about finding yourself. Let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns. Mulan, 1998. I'll make a man out of you. And here's a fun fact. Donny Osmond recorded this while performing in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat on Broadway. He'd do his Broadway shows at night and record Disney songs during the day. That's range. Come stop your crying. It will be all right. Just take my hand. Hold it tight. Tarzan, 1999. You'll be in my heart. Phil Collins wrote this as a lullaby from a mother to a child. In the film, it's Kahlo singing it to baby Tarzan. It won an Academy Award for Best Original Song, and it's the kind of song that hits harder the older you get. Here's a little story behind the song that I just love. When Angela Lansbury was first asked to sing Tale as Old as Time as Mrs. Potts, she said no. She told the team that she didn't think her voice could do the song justice anymore, that it wasn't what it used to be. But Howard Ashman, who wrote the lyrics, believed in her voice more than she did. Howard sat with her, talked her through it, and told her why the song needed her. Not her perfect voice, her voice. She agreed to try. She recorded it in one take. 1. The emotion, the warmth, the gentle wisdom in every single word. That was Angela Lansbury giving the song exactly what it needed. And it's a beautiful reminder that sometimes the people who doubt themselves the most are the ones who give us the most magical moments. On to round 3, the princess songs. Every official Disney princess sings at least one song in her original animated film, except one. Which princess has no solo song in her original movie? You might remember that from one of our past trivia videos. But this round isn't about that exception. It's about the ones who sang their hearts out. Wish I Could Be. Part of That World. The Little Mermaid, 1989. Ariel's reprise, the moment she reaches the surface. This is the answer to her grotto song. The first time was a wish. This time, it's a declaration. Look, there she goes. That girl is strange, no question. Dazed and distracted, can't you tell? Beauty and the Beast, 1991. The opening number, Belle, and it's one of the longest opening songs in Disney history. The townspeople think she's odd because she reads. Imagine thinking reading is strange. I've been staring at the edge of the water. Long as I can remember, never knowing why. Moana 2016. How far I'll go. This is Moana's I Want song. Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote it, and he said it was one of the hardest songs he's ever written because he had to capture the feeling of being pulled toward something you can't explain. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Frozen 2013. The song the entire world sang for an entire year. Idina Menzel recorded this in one day. The song was so powerful it actually changed the movie. Originally, Elsa was going to be the villain, but the song made the filmmakers realize she was a deeply sympathetic character. When will my reflection show? Who I Am Inside. Mulan, 1998. Reflection. A song about the gap between who you appear to be and who you truly are. Christina Aguilera's pop version was her debut single. Disney launched one of the biggest voices in music with a song about finding yourself. I See the Light. It's like the fog has lifted. Tangled, 2010. Rapunzel and Flynn on the boat, surrounded by floating lanterns. If that scene didn't make you emotional, you might want to check your heart. Almost There. Ain't Got Time to Mess Around. The Princess and the Frog. Tiana's I Want song. And she's the first Disney princess with a real, practical dream. She doesn't wish for a prince or a castle. She wishes for a restaurant, and she's going to work for it. I've Got a Dream. I've got a dream. I'm not ashamed to say it. Tangled 2010. The Snuggly Duckling pub song. Every thug in that bar has a secret dream, and it's one of the most heartwarming ensemble numbers Disney has ever done. Also, this is the only Disney song that features a man who dreams about interior design, a man who collects ceramic unicorns, and a man who just wants a tiny cupcake. For the first time in forever. There will be magic, there'll be fun. Frozen 2013. Most people want to say, I'm getting what I'm dreaming of, but there's a different line later in the song. The line right after, for the first time in forever, is, There'll be magic, there'll be fun, and it's excitement about the coronation day before everything changes. Every flower is reaching for the sun. I'll keep reaching too. I'm almost there. The Princess and the Frog, 2009. Tiana's reprise. She's exhausted, she's struggling, but she will not stop. This is the most determined Disney princess song ever written. Touch the Sky. When the cold winds are calling, the sky is dark and gray. Brave, 2012. Touch the Sky, Merida's song. Julie Fallis performed this with a Scottish Gaelic folk style that perfectly matches the Highland setting. Merida doesn't sing about finding love, she sings about finding freedom. Round 4, The Villains. No judgment if this is your favorite round. Some of the best Disney songs belong to one of those we love to fear. These are the songs that are promises too. Be prepared. For the coup of the century, The Lion King 1994. Scar rallying the hyenas. Chilling, theatrical, and absolutely brilliant. The sequence was inspired by Nazi propaganda imagery, a deliberate creative choice to show how dangerous manipulation can be. Poor, unfortunate souls. In Pain, in Need. The Little Mermaid. 1989. Ursula's song is one of the best villain numbers in Disney history. She makes a deal sound almost reasonable. Almost. Pat Carroll based her performance on a combination of a used car salesman and a Shakespearean actress. Shiny. Like a treasure from a sunken pirate wreck. Moana 2016. Tamata, the Giant Crab. A villain song that also is a philosophy lesson about superficiality, wrapped in glitter and delivered by a monster who lives in the realm of monsters. David Bowie inspired Jermaine Clemente's performance. Can you hear it? No one's slick as Gaston. No one's quick as Gaston. No one's neck is incredibly thick as Gaston. Beauty and the Beast 1991, the most egotistical villain song in Disney history, and is sung by his sidekick, LeFleur, not even by Gaston himself. Richard White's performance is so perfectly arrogant that you almost respect the confidence. Mother knows best. Listen to your mother. It's a scary world out there. Tangled 2010. Mother Gothel's manipulation disguised as care. Every line is designed to keep Rapunzel afraid and dependent. It's one of the most psychologically accurate villain songs ever written because the scariest villains don't look like monsters, they look like people who say they love you. Friends on the Other Side. I Have Friends on the Other Side. The Princess and the Frog 2009. Dr. Facilier's Shadow World number. Keith David's voice makes every syllable feel dangerous. The shadows in this sequence are some of the most unsettling imagery in Disney film, and they were animated to feel like they had a life of their own. God have mercy on her. God have mercy on me. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, 1996. Hellfire, the darkest villain song Disney has ever produced. Frollo doesn't think of himself as a villain. He thinks he's a righteous man being tempted, and that makes him terrifying. The song was almost cut from the film for being too intense. It stayed, and it's considered one of the greatest Disney songs ever written. Trust in me, just in me. Shut your eyes and trust in me. The Jungle Book, 1967. Kai's hypnotic lullaby, Sterling Hollowell, the voice of Winnie the Pooh, also voiced Sneaky Python, the same gentle voice that makes you feel safe as Pooh, also makes you feel drowsy and helpless as Kaa. That's acting. The world is cruel. The world is wicked. It's I alone whom you can trust in this whole city. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, 1996. Out there. It's Quasimodo's song, but this line is Frollo's. He's not just keeping Quasimodo in the bell tower, he's convincing Quasimodo that he's the only one who will ever love him. That's not protection, that's a prison. Savages, savages. Barely Even Human. Pocahontas, 1995. This song is performed by both sides, colonists and the Powhatan warriors. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, each calling the other side savages. It's one of Disney's most unflinching looks at prejudice, and it's uncomfortable now as it was meant to be. Well, well, well. What have we here? Santa Claus, huh? Oh, I'm really scared. The Nightmare Before Christmas, 1993. Oogie Boogie is the only Disney villain whose entire lair is a casino. Dice, roulette wheels, card suits everywhere. He treats terror like a game, and he's having the time of his life. Mine, mine, mine. For the Mountain of Gold, I will, I will, I will. Pocahontas, 1995. Radcliffe's Greed Anthem, and one of the most on the nose villain songs Disney ever wrote. He's literally singing about taking everything. No subtext, no disguise, just pure colonial greed set to music. If you're enjoying this video, please like it, hype it, and subscribe so you never miss a video. And our final round, round 5, the emotional finale. These are the songs that make you cry in the car, the ones that hit different when you're older. Remember Me. Though I Have to Say Goodbye. Coco, 2017. This song is a lullaby, it's a farewell, it's a promise that love doesn't end. It just changes shape. And if you didn't tear up just now, you will when you watch the movie again. This song was written by Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez, the same team who wrote Frozen. You're welcome. For the Wonderful World You Know. Moana, 2016. Maui being Maui, and honestly, he's not wrong. He did pull up the sky, he did lift the islands, and he did steal fire for humanity. The song is bragging, but it's all the truth. Dwayne Johnson singing debut, and he absolutely committed. Baby mine, don't you cry. Baby mine, dry your eyes. Dumbo, 1941. The most heartbreaking lullaby in Disney history. Dumbo's mother can only reach her baby through the bars of her cage. The song was performed by Benny Nose, and it's been making parents cry for over 80 years. When Somebody Loved Me. Everything Was Beautiful. Toy Story 2, 1999. Jessie's Song. Sarah McLachlan's voice turns a flashback about a toy into one of the most devastating depictions of abandonment ever put on screen. The animators timed the sequence to her demo recording because they couldn't match the emotion twice. Goodbye may seem forever. Farewell is like the end of ways. The Fox and the Hound, 1981. Widow Tweed leaving Todd in the forest. This is the moment where childhood ends. No villain, no battle, just quiet, unbearable reality that sometimes love means letting go. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag. Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag. Mary Poppins, 1964. This was Walt Disney's favorite song. Not just from Mary Poppins, from any song of the Sherman Brothers ever wrote. He would ask them to play it at the end of difficult meetings. He'd say, play the song, and they knew what he meant. Someone's waiting for you. Don't cry, little one, they'll come. The Rescuers, 1977. This song plays during one of the saddest sequences in Disney history. Penny alone in her bedroom at Morningside Orphanage. The Rescuers is one of Disney's most emotionally raw films, and this song proves it. I'm going to go back there someday. I've got to find a way. I'm going to go back there someday. The Muppet Movie, 1979. Gonzo's Song. Yes, it's Muppets, but it's Disney now, and it's one of the most beautiful songs about longing ever written. Paul Williams wrote it, and he said it's the most personal song he ever composed. God Help the Outcast. The Tattered, the Torn. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, 1996. Esmeralda's Prayer in the Cathedral. While Frollo sings Hellfire about desire and punishment, Esmeralda sings about compassion for those who have nothing. These two songs play back to back, and the contrast says everything about who the real villain is. The second star to the right. Shines in the Night for You. Peter Pan, 1953. The song tells you how to get to Neverland. It plays during the flight sequence and is one of the most dreamlike moments in all of Disney animation. The song was originally going to be part of a different film entirely, but it found its home here. Into the Unknown. Into the Unknown. Frozen 2, 2019. Yes, the answer is the same as the prompt. Elsa sings Into the Unknown as both the question and the response. It's a call and an answer in the same breath. It's the moment she decides to follow the voice, and it changes everything. The highest note in the song is an E5, and Indian Menzel hits it like it's nothing. Remember Me each time you hear a sad guitar. Know that I'm with you the only way that I can be. Coco 2017, the final version of Remember Me, this time sung not as a lullaby, but as a farewell from a father to his daughter. This is the version that plays during the film's most powerful scene. And if you didn't cry during this moment, I respect your emotional endurance, but I don't understand it. Want to know how you did, so drop your final score in the comments below. No judgment, whether you aced them all or got none right. It's all about the fun here. And that's the end of the musical marathon. Thanks for playing. Remember, start with love, end with kindness, and find a reason to smile today. See you real soon.